Run it. Let's drop it. What's good, YouTube world? Y'all already know where y'all at. It's the one-man force, the eyes and flavor of DFW Sports. Kicking flavor. Y'all know how it is. Y'all see the decor in the background. Y'all know where we represent, doing everything. Coming down here in the land of down for winning. That's Dallas-Fort Worth Sports Metroplex, man. Y'all already know DFW Sports Raps. Like, subscribe, hit that notification chime. Follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Drewski Self-Made. Man, we be kicking a lot of flavor all the time, trying to break some things for all the teams that we rep around here, man. Got a nice little Wednesday hump day edition for y'all coming along, man. Y'all already know we're gonna talk some Dallas Cowboys football, recap a little bit over for the people that probably didn't catch me going live Sunday night. We'll recap what happened between the Cowboys and Panthers and get ready for Sunday night football against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming to town in AT&T Stadium. Also, we got a little bit of Maverick news as they've been trying to, heal up and take a little bit of this little break. They take advantage of this little break that they got. They got a new hire in the upper management. We'll talk about that. You got SMU getting ready to kick off the college football playoff. Oh, great weekend going on. And as well, we got some Texas high school football championships to talk about here in the state of Texas, as we got plenty of DFW teams racking up, trying to get themselves a state title. Man, we kicking flavor all the time, man. How does it feel out there, man? How's everybody's sports worlds going? We always represent. We always try to keep love for all sports that's going around. So for all the people who ain't DFW fans of any one of these teams, appreciate you for tuning in at all times, man. Some good things we get going up in here. We got a good flavor getting ready to spit up in here. Talk about some of these Dallas Cowboys right now. And it ain't, it's one of those things. Y'all know I got to open this up and talk about some Dallas Cowboys for sure. Mr. Cowboy, before I do, let me shout out to the chat. I see it's jumping real quick. What's up, Mr. Cowboy? How you doing, man? Hey, we getting ready to talk some more things that's going up in here. Look, CJ, what's good, man? What's good? Oh, so you tuning in. You're going to be ready to tune in for this second part that's coming up in here. As he say, his second favorite team is the Bucks. So I appreciate you for tuning in up in here for sure. X Factor 999 up in the house. What's good? What's really good to you, man? Appreciate you for tuning in as well. And my man, Mr. Cowboy, saying Katie gonna win that thing. Oh, we'll talk some Texas high school football to end the show for sure, as they're getting ready to have these Texas State championships coming in. But let's go ahead and kick it about y'all, these Dallas Cowboys, Yeah, they won against the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, Cooper Rush threw 3 touchdowns. Yeah, all that, yada, yada. The main thing was the defense played lights out like they were supposed to, and they really dominated the game. They got takeaways. They got sacks. The team, I've been saying here for a minute, you're seeing that they're finally starting to understand their identity, which we told Mike McCarthy for the longest. Bro, you need to run the football somehow, some way. But he kept talking about they kept getting blown out. And they kept, falling behind the 8 ball. They weren't able to run the football. But you see, my claim all year has been Rico Dowdle needs to be the feature back. Straight up. Like, let's stop this committee. Let's stop all that. Rico Dowdle needs to be your featured back. And what did you see happen? Rico Dowdle has been becoming the featured back over these last about four or 5 games. And all the games that they really had success in, Rico Dowdle getting his touches, being the featured back, getting fed, has been a recipe for success for them. And then you find CeeDee Lamb, get the ball into his hands any way as possible and as many times as possible as you can, and let the rest. I told you, this is your offensive game plan. It needs to work through CeeDee Lamb, Rico Dowdle, Jake Ferguson, and I sprinkle Hunter Lupick in there. That needs to be your game plan. Now, the Cowboys are dealing with a lot of injuries going at the offensive line. That, injuries was already a problem, especially with the defense. It was already a problem, as it is game night too. As you see me in my Stars attire, I talk about the Stars here coming after this game. They about 3 minutes and some change, and they got the net empty, so they're down by 2. So they're trying to do that. But looking back at that game, a lot of people are here or there. You look at the content creators for all the Dak naysayers and all the Cooper Rush people now. Cooper Rush, the people that don't like Dak Prescott see what Cooper Rush do. 3 touchdowns. he had a command of the offense. Look, that's all good. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This is the Carolina Panthers, yo. This is the Carolina Panthers. Facts. This is the Carolina Panthers we're talking about. They're worse than you are. And you got your excuse just because you got a lot of injury. Again, DeMarion Overshown, to see him go down, man, in that Cincinnati game, it hurt. But you see Mike Zimmer just keeps rolling out there. He just keeps rolling out things, making it happen. I'm telling you, you got 6 wins this year for the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm telling you, you don't have one win because of your offense. You have all your wins because of your defense and your special teams. This has been the theme. Mike Zimmer is starting to figure out what all his players really can do, and his players are really understanding what Mike Zimmer wants to do. So now you starting to get that. This is what I will say for all the people who bash Dak. Jerry Jones letting Dan Quinn go and then bringing in Mike Zimmer. Now, we can go back and forth to say you didn't add enough weapons or whatever. We can all say that, but Jerry Jones, to me, seemed like he made that move to say that, okay, Dak, until this offense can until this defense can figure out what Mike Zimmer wants to do, because if you look at it, I think it was said that the Cowboys in the Panthers game, they played 13 undrafted free agent players. So that lets you know, okay, y'all are finding some things. Somehow, some way, y'all are developing to some degree. Y'all can scout, find, and develop. It seems like that can work. 13 undrafted players, that's a lot. That is a lot. And for them to finally be gaining steam, look, we've been bashing this whole team and the organization all year. It's really to a point where it's an old verse. It's an old song. It's a song that you really want to get out your head. It's a song that you really can't stand. So as bad as it has been, especially for the injuries in your quarterback, and basically me getting back to my point, you let Dan Quinn go, you bring Mike Zimmer in. I think the tell was, look, the defense was soon enough find itself under Mike Zimmer. We believe in Mike Zimmer. We have a highest respect for him. He has cachet on the wall. They know as the Stars were able to get an empty net goal. Who was that? That was, I can't see his name. But the Stars did just get them a goal. They down 1, 4-3, 2:16 left in the third period. I can't see who that was. Give me the replay. Oh, it was Chris Blackwell. Big. Let's see what the Stars can do. But let me go back and talk about it. The defense you felt was going to get better. That's Jerry Jones. So it was up to the offense to carry this all the way through. Now, Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott are at fault of this because the offense did not have a shot all season. Dak whole time in 2024 season, this offense was a flat-out dud. And Mike McCarthy, his play calling was flat-out dud and boring. That did not do you right. So you just look at it. Mike McCarthy, maybe we should start running the football. Yeah, you think? Let your defense have a chance, because now that you're starting to get some pieces back healthy, but now a lot of dudes are still hurt. What can you do? That might just be game. Stars give up the empty net goal. Down 5-3. 145 left against Toronto. That hurts. In a game that the Dallas Stars have been dominating all game, but I'll get back to that. But yeah, now you get the Tampa Bay Bucks to come into town on prime time night, and this game to me has all the recipe of everything what you saw that was Monday night against the Cincinnati Bengals. You got the high-powered quarterback and receiver action, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. You bring in Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans. Your hands are still going to be full. Defense is still going to be full. But in that game against Cincinnati, you saw that the defense was able to play its own. They was able to get pressure. Mike Zimmer, he's dialing up the pressure at the right time. And it's just going to be something he's going to have to continue to do because Tampa Bay is coming in here red hot. Your boy, Baker Mayfield is coming in that thing red hot. Red hot. I think over the last four games, I believe they're putting up at least 457 yards a game. I mean, they're putting up points like it's nobody's business. Like, yeah, this game reminds me everything what Monday night. That might be the type of game that you might get. Now, where I say it's going to be kind of the same because, Todd Bowles is a great defensive coordinator. He's been a great defensive mind. He's been doing a hell of a job as head coach for Tampa, taking over for Bruce Arians as well. But their defense can be had. Their defense can really be had. Their secondary for sure can be had. They're giving up a lot of yards, and I believe they're giving up well over 100 yards a game rushing as well. Their defense has problems, and that's why you see Baker Mayfield going on a tear, carrying that team and putting up a lot of points. You're going to have to score points. This is going to be Carolina, had they put up 4 offensive touchdowns, I would have said that is a great quality victory that they got. Even though it's against a bad team, you put up 4 offensive touchdowns, I would have said, yes, you're doing something right. But you didn't do it. Why? Because you fumbled in the red zone. Something Cooper Rush has got to do. Cincinnati was the only game, I think, in about a 5-game stretch that he didn't fumble the ball. Now, he still turned it over, but he didn't fumble the ball. Now you get into Carolina and you fumble the ball. You gotta protect it, man. You gotta protect it, Cooper Rush. Let folks tell it. People say that you can run this offense better than Dak Prescott. Let the folks tell it. So against a defense that I think is like 22nd or 23rd in the league, I need to get 4 offensive touchdowns. Something y'all haven't done all year, Mike McCarthy. You have not put up 4 offensive touchdowns in one game all year. And I believe you put up 3 touchdowns 4 times this year, if I'm not mistaken. Offensive touchdowns. I'm not talking about defensive touchdowns or special teams touchdowns. Forget the points. I'm talking about the touchdowns because Baker Mayfield is going to come in here, and I'm pretty sure even though good as our defense has been playing, you're going to need 4 offensive touchdowns. You're going to need it. Yes, you are. Now, the thing about Baker Mayfield, I will say, even though he's hot, and this is what, is good for our defense. Defense has been getting takeaways. They have been getting pressures. They have been getting sacks. Baker Mayfield, I think he has 29 touchdowns right now or something like that. He has thrown, I believe, 17 interceptions? Or he has 17 turnovers or something like that. He will give you the ball. He will give you the ball. And a defense that's been really opportunistic here lately, been getting better, getting more pressure. You've seen them getting more takeaways. This game, to me, looks like it has all the feeling what it was Monday night against the Cincinnati Bengals. I really do. It's going to be a great offense. Baker Mayfield is going to come out there, and Mike Evans is going to get hit. They're going to get theirs. They're going to get theirs. But it's going to be up to the defense. Can they get 2 takeaways? You get 2 takeaways, get you a few field goals, and the offense, I guess, give you 3 touchdowns. And if they can get at least 150 yards rushing on the game, that is how you're going to win it. The blueprint is basically complementary football. You're going to have to play damn near good defense. If not, get you some takeaways. Get you some takeaways and don't give up, the explosive plays or the red zone touchdowns. And offensively, can you run the football and can you cash in touchdowns in the red zone? If not, every time you cross the 50, can you make sure you put up points? But field goals is not going to be what's going to beat the Tampa Bay Bucks. It's really not. And like I said, can you put up 4 offensive touchdowns? This defense is not that good. The Tampa Bay Bucks defense is not good, bro. It's not. It's not. The Bucks need to win this game with their division being so tight right now, so you know that they're going to show up. They can be had for sure, though. I'm telling you, their defense can be had. So, like I said, I need 4 offensive touchdowns. Offense, Mike McCarthy, Cooper Rush. It's all in y'all hands. Forget Dak. If you're supporting the Cowboys, Forget who does better. I'm not even tripping on the faults of Cooper Rush. I'm talking as a total team operation right now. I don't care who's at quarterback. It could be Dak. It could be Rush. It could be Daffy. I don't care. Can you give me 4 offensive touchdowns against a team that's damn near towards the bottom in, you know what I'm saying, in the NFL? Can you? Because you're still going to need it. Baker Mayfield might give you, he might fumble that boy once or twice because he's holding on to the ball too long. He be too gunslinging happy, and he might throw you 1 or 2, but he's still going to put up touchdowns. He's still going to put up points. So it's going to be up to the Cowboys to make sure, can you give me 4 offensive touchdowns? Can you do that? Number 1, keep feeding Rico Dowdle, man, because as you see it, and it's working. Now, the offensive line is being banged up. I think the talks was, Cooper Beebe, he suffered the concussion. I believe they're going to find out what goes on tomorrow in practice Thursday. So we'll see what that can do. But for a patchwork offensive line, because you had Chuma Odogu, who got to start at left tackle, he ended up leaving the game with an injury. Then all of a sudden, you just had everybody getting hurt, and you had so many moving combinations. It will be good to see if we can get settled in. But what helps every great offensive lineman is when, all great offensive line is when you run the football. You run the football, okay, you get a little wind up under their sail. You know what I'm saying? You take the fury out of the pass rush a little bit because you're running at them. And that's something that Mike McCarthy, Brian Schottenheimer, they got to continue to do. They got to continue to push that pace and let Rico Dowdle be that feature back. As Mr. Cowboy he said, yeah, Zeke old, man. He's real old, but you see they got him at fullback. It basically, and I don't mind packages like that where you got a lot of running backs back there, and long as we're not trying to get too cute and we're just trying to hit him in the mouth, I can see a couple more options. I think more if you're gonna bring Zeke in at fullback and have Rico Dowdle back there, why don't you bring out Trey Lance? Why don't you bring out Trey Lance and kind of give you like a triple option effect? Something that these defenses I know have not prepared for. Damn sure the Tampa Bay Bucks, a defense that is sitting about around 23rd. Why don't you bring out some new wrinkles in that? I understand you're trying to win, but your playoff hopes right now for the Cowboys are still slim. You have a 1% chance, but bruh, let's say Washington beats Philly or they win another game before you can even play them and beat them. Bruh, that's done data. You out of there. If Seattle went on, that's done data. You're out of there. You out of there. Now, had you won that game against Cincinnati, it'd be a different talk, but that ain't the case. We have seen a lot of things happen, but you not only do you have to win out, you need teams to lose damn near twice. That's tough, man. That's tough. So playoffs is out of there. All y'all can do right now, especially Mike McCarthy and his crew, is show that his team showed resolve. And Jerry Jones said that. He said, look, I like what this team is showing resolve down the stretch. There's, Mike Parsons saying, he want to be a Cowboy for life, but he's feeling that this organization is going to make moves for 2025 coming up. So he feels it's important for them to show that they're still a good football team, because he's saying, hey, you get a 8-9 record, you know what I'm saying, with all the injuries that they done had, and you still did what you did. He believes that's going to push the organization forward to at least make a couple moves at not only drafting well, but making a couple moves in the offseason to get them over the hump, because he still feels that they're close. Micah, look, you talk a good game, bro. I'll let you slide because your play on the field can back up a lot of things at times, but I don't know if you've been alive long enough to know how Jerry Jones really operates. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, most definitely. Born in Dallas for sure. Raised around in Grand Prairie, big time. Grand Prairie stomping grounds. Big shout out to you, Tony, for joining in on this conversation. As you see, the man cave full of DFW. Man, we represent for everybody up in here for sure. We take the long ride for everybody that's up in here in the DFW. This is our safe haven. This is our, this is where we have our outlet. So this is what we really like to do. Big time. What you got, Mr. Cowboy? What moves from Jerry Jones in my Debo voice? Yeah, what moves? Like straight up, like you're being punked. Come on, Michael, don't think. And then his son is cap boy, salary cap boy. He done already said they're going to be tight next year because you're still dealing with the contracts from CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. And now Michael Parsons wants to get paid a whole bunch of money. People are saying, well, he's not saying he wants to be the highest paid. Man, he can say that. His agent going to say something else. Man, please, his agent trying to get paid, and he's trying to, if he can give Michael Parsons this type of money with the representation that's attached to him, trust me, he's going to get him the highest dollar. Michael Parsons, you just ain't been alive long enough to know about Jerry Jones, man. That's all I'm going to say. Come on, man. I know you did not, Mr. Cowboy. I know you did not. It's about 99 days away from, before they kick it off, pitch that thing off for MLB. So, we'll have some good going back and forth. But, I know you see that banner back there. That banner make them upset. I mean, y'all say y'all got two of them. Why you mad at little old me and my little, I'm talking about, and my little, what I'm saying? Why you mad about that? In the words of T.I., why you mad at me? Nah, but jumping back on the Cowboys, though, man, looking at this game Sunday night, it's a primetime game. Them tickets are still cheap. I'm telling you, Jerry giving them tickets away straight up. But, this game, it can still be won for the Cowboys. Is the defense going to... If DeMarion Overshown was healthy in this game, I would like our chances better. I mean, how y'all feel about Trayvon Diggs right now? Y'all know he's out for the rest of the season. There's been some rumblings going on about him, about how he really did his off-season preparation coming off his injury. I'm going to be honest with you from the jump. If y'all can, Dak has had the worst season this year as a Cowboy for the simple fact that he makes $60 million. That is the only argument. For $60 million, he has played piss poorly. Maybe it's not all his fault, but when you make $60 million a year, that's what they're going to hold you to. But I can really arguably say that the worst Cowboy this year has been Trayvon Diggs. People say, well, Cooper Rush is doing, he still ain't throwing over 250 yards a game. He still ain't getting that. You still ain't put up 4 offensive touchdowns. So like I say, I'm not going to say it's by far and away because you make $60 million, bro. And for what we got from you, that was vastly overpaid. Vastly overpaid. But Trayvon Diggs, bro, there was about one game that he played good, that he played physical in. I can only say it was one game. Was it the Pittsburgh game? I think it was. No, it wasn't that game. I think it was probably it was one of those weeks in between, but he played a great game. But that was probably his only best game. Other than that, bro, he's just been out there. It looks like he's loafing. He got into it with Mike Leslie, the WFAA writer. He got into it with him because he basically tried to call him out on loafing or something like that. But, bro, it just don't look good for Diggs this year. It don't look good. Captain Ramrod, appreciate you for tuning in, man. Appreciate you for showing some love, man. We keep the grinding going on at all time. We're going to try to keep more live shows coming as possible. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Check out all the videos and shorts we got about in the trenches of all DFW sports coming up in there. We doing a lot of things up in there. Mr. Cowboy, we'll get to that. We don't want to go there about your so-called 2 rings. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to go there. Every team in Dallas doing good except the Cowboys. They need to take notes. Fire Jerry Jones. Man, the hashtag, if you're not on X or whatever, join the hashtag Fire Jerry the GM. Keep it going. Keep it going, because to me personally, a lot of people say they wouldn't have paid Dak. If you were going to pay $60 million a year and then eat $40 million in cap space, you could have probably did that. You know what I'm saying? You probably could have just let it play out, but it's just you waited to the last. I just think if you got this done a year earlier, I don't think it cost you $60 million. I honestly think that. And it probably gives you more cap room, wiggle room, where CD could have been paid the highest, and then you still got room for CeeDee Lamb going up in there. But you're right, man. Everybody in the city is doing fire right now. You started from the 2020, since COVID, 2019. Let's say since 2019. 2019, the Stars have been to a finals. They have been to 3 Western Conference finals. The Mavericks have been to 2 Western Conference finals, been to an NBA finals. The Rangers have won a World Series. The Dallas Wings have even went to a WNBA playoff semifinals. Who else we got? SMU or TCU a couple years ago. They were in the national championship. Now you got SMU in the building that we will get ready to talk about here right after the Cowboys. Now they in the mix for the college football playoff. I mean, everybody in Dallas is eating. The high schools are eating. Duncanville been winning championships. Now they done got knocked out of it because of North Crowley, who will play for the state title. But it's another Fort Worth team in there. You got South Lake Curl up in there. You got South Oak Cliff up in there. It's big times going up in there. It is big times going around in the DFW, except for the Dallas Cowboys. Except for these motherfuckers, man. They the only ones. They the only ones slacking, tripping. Everybody has tasted mad success over here but the Dallas Cowboys. But it's hard to say that because, well, it is hard to say. A lot of people are mad at Dak because what happened last year in the playoff game against the Green Bay Packers, which is still not totally his fault. Me personally, I felt he was on the clock 2022 when they lost that game against San Francisco because that defense was on a hot spree as they retired Tom Brady and they played hellaciously good enough, held the Tampa Bay under 20 points in that game in Santa Clara, only for the offense to just lay out duds. You know, Tony Pollard got hurt, and then right after that, Dak throws the interception. The game changes. The game is over. To me, that's where Dak was on the hot, not even on the hot seat. That's where it was shown, look, you're not going to win a Super Bowl because of him. Everything has to be in a perfect place for him to do it. Now, last year, it just tend to fall out perfect because you ended up winning the division, getting home field, and you got the 7 seed coming in there only. But like I said, you go back and look at that game. It was a 4th down conversion. He converted with his legs. He kept it moving on the first drive. The 3rd down conversion comes up. You get a drop pass, and after that, the team just lost all momentum from the defense and offensive side. And they got ran out of their own stadium, and there have been a continuation of what's been going on in 2024. You know, that game basically haunted them, and it just carried over with them. But now Mike McCarthy, I think, like I said, me and my brother, we had a good talk about this. Do you bring Mike McCarthy back? I mean, this is a dude. I mean, he has been a part of 3-12. I mean, if you're going to give Mike McCarthy credit for 12 wins in 3 years, you got to give Dak Prescott those same credibility. You know what I'm saying? This is the same thing I'm saying with Cooper Rush. Y'all saying that Cooper Rush is looking good and the offense is moving better, but all his win, okay, him and Dak got 1 win apiece against winning teams. Dak got 1 against Pittsburgh. Cooper Rush got 1 against Washington. Other than that, well, that was Dak's only win, I think, was against Pittsburgh. You talk about ouch. That was his only win, but it came against a winning team. Y'all say he can't beat winning teams, but now it was Justin Fields. It wasn't this Russell Wilson that you're getting. Cooper Rush, he beats a winning team in Washington, you know. Now you did get some special teams helping, you know, all that. He has done that, but y'all giving Cooper Rush for looking good against a Panthers team, that's still a losing team. That's still a losing team. Now, here comes a winning team, and this is a winning team that their defense is not that good. Can you give me 4 offensive touchdowns? Because if the defense give up a lot of points, I'm kind of expecting them to. Bruh, they've been doing all they can. Like I said, you're 6-8. You have 6 victories because of your defense. Offense, y'all got to do something. You see you got a good special teams. You see you can get you some extra 3 points when necessary. Can y'all give me 4 offensive touchdowns? Can y'all do that? Can y'all do that? If y'all can do that, then we might be all right. We might be all right. But expect it to be a shootout. To me, this game right here will be the closing factor of the Dallas Cowboys season. I got love for the Cowboys. I mean, you might even see me in there, but I still doubt that. But even if you did, you might see me in there. I think it's still going to be a good game, but I just think Baker Mayfield he's not letting go of this opportunity right now. I think playing in AT&T Stadium will be something that will spark him. I'm pretty sure he will be down here being a Lake Travis guy, a Texas high school quarterback. I'm pretty sure he will come down here, get the festivities, check out all the Texas high school championship going on all throughout this week. It started today. It's going to be from Thursday, Friday, all through Saturday. I'm pretty sure he's going to check that out. He's going to get the vibes. He's going to get the feel. Sunday night, primetime, Baker Mayfield. That's just going to be hard to deal with. And again, I just don't see this offense putting up four offensive touchdowns. I just don't. I don't see them doing that. So I think that's where you can see I think that's where you see the Buccaneers winning this game. I'm gonna take the Bucks, but let me get another show in before the games hit. But I'm leaning toward more of the Bucks right now. It's just the offense hasn't shown me that they're gonna be able to win in a shootout. Their defense Cowboys defense has been massively improving, but I don't see it happen. I don't see it happen. Mr. Cowboy going with hey, you got it a close one. If you think the defense can hold Baker Mayfield to 21 points, Mike Zimmer deserves to stay here. Like, for real, he deserves to stay here because this offense is hot. 24, so you're in my guessing. This offense ain't putting up 4 offensive touchdowns. That ain't happening. So you're in agreement with me. They're going to have to win ugly. They're going to have to win ugly. And as he say, fuck all that tanking. Like I said, there's a lot of people up here going back and forth. Look, Dak been hurt. He's been hurt. There's no reason to pile on him. To sit here and say the team is doing better without Dak, bro, y'all have won a lot of games against bad football teams. That don't say nothing. And that's another thing against Mike McCarthy. Do you have the coaching edge? This has been in your tenure with the Dallas Cowboys, this has mostly been Mike McCarthy's problem. Do you have the coaching edge when it comes against teams that are actually good? Do you have that coaching edge? Because as a lot of times we've seen it, you don't have the edge in that coach. You don't. Todd Bowles, who's won as a defensive coordinator, has been great defensive mind. Do you have this coaching advantage? Do you? Because, like I said, with the defense, the way the Bucs defense look, Team No Tank, let's go win some games, man. Win as many games as you can. Win as many games as you can. And like Michael Parsons saying, if you can go 8-9, 9-8 with the type of injuries that you done had, it's just gonna sell us Cowboys fans that type of hope. Shoot, hey, we don't be hurt. Shoot, it could have been a whole different season. And if Jerry actually gets some free agents, we'll be pumping our chests out again. Y'all know that's how it rocks as Cowboy Nation. Y'all know that's how it rocks. Hopefully we get a good NFL draft pick like Ashton Genty. We need a good running. You do need good running backs. You need a lot. To me, I just don't know how much Ashton Genty can help you. Like, be a winning team right now. To take him in the first round will be a high risk. You need offensive line help. You see what done happened to Zach Martin. You're just going to need a little bit more depth on that offensive line. You need another guard to really play, or you need another tackle to figure out what you're going to do with Steele. But you need an offensive lineman. You're going to need probably another linebacker. You're going to need another corner. You're going to need another defensive lineman, depending on if you keep Osa Odigizua. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure DeMarcus Lawrence, his days here are probably gone. They probably gone. Unless he wants to stay and reconstruct or something, that's going to be hard to tell. But I don't see it. I really don't see it. First 2 picks will probably be offensive lineman and a linebacker, if not a corner, depending on what the receiver room would look like. But looking at the picks, they're going to be picking about middle of the pack. They might not win out, but if the Cowboys can probably win these last 2 out of you got the Bucks, you got the Eagles, and then you got Washington. If you can win at least 2 out of these next 3 games, Mike McCarthy comes back. You go 2 out of 3 these next 3 games, Mike McCarthy comes back, because All three of these teams are winning teams. If you can put together a couple of wins against some winning teams and winning coaches, Mike McCarthy will come back. And to have a record that you had with not all your horses being in there, Jerry is going to fall for it. I don't know how much more he will extend Mike McCarthy, but he go 2 out of 3 these next 3 games. Mike McCarthy is definitely coming back. That's my type. That's my talk. That's really how I believe it. But, some things can change for sure. I want to keep Osa too, but I think Osa he's going to demand some money. I think Osa Digazoo is going to gain some money. Yeah. Osa been coming on strong. Mozzie Smith, he ain't been, him and Luke Schoonmaker, you see they kind of starting to pick it up. I've been saying this like the last couple of weeks. They're starting to figure this stuff out. So, like I said, you went into the Panthers game with about 13 undrafted players that you had on the roster and that was getting playtime. Maybe they are onto something to be able to develop something, but, to sell us false hope this 2024 year, talking about you're going all in and this is the results we get, it's just hard to see it. But Cowboy fans, in the words of Project Pat, man, you got to take the good with the bad. Smiles with the sad. Love what you got and remember what you had. So we know what has been bad. We've seen Dak has, since he's been a starter this year before he got hurt, it hasn't been good. Y'all can say Cooper Rush has been looking good, whatever, but he is doing more good things against bad football teams, just like y'all said about Dak. So really, the same element is there. The only difference is Cooper Rush is making $2.5 million, Dak is making $60 million. That is y'all argument. To each his own. It's a good argument to have, but it is what it is. But as you see the weapons, you see Jalen Tolbert. How do y'all feel about him, man? I can do without him. We done traded a 4th-round pick for Mingo. What has that done for us? It really hasn't got us nothing. And now you're missing a 4th-round pick. And like I said, if you're going to play Zeke at fullback, Mike McCarthy, then why don't you throw Trey Lance in there? But, leave it to Jerry Jones. They're trying to win. And like I said, if they can, you got nothing but winning teams left on your schedule. If you can get 2 out of these next 3, Mike McCarthy is here to stay. And I think it's deserved, actually. As hard as I've been on him, I think it's deserved, but I wouldn't want him back as an offensive coordinator. Fuck no. Hell no. Nah, bro. If you still want to call plays, then nah, you can't be here, bro. But if you want to oversee everything, be more heavily involved with the whole team, I'm down for that. I'm not mad at that, I should say. I wouldn't say I'm not down for it. I don't want to say I'm down for it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. That's how it is. Oh, yeah, the Michigan guys are playing good, spearheaded by, Jordan Lewis. I already know my brother Bug, big Michigan head, so, big shout out to his guys that's holding it down. But Mozzie Smith and Luke Schoonmaker starting to come around, and you mean to tell me if they can finish this season out strong, that gives you a great positive outlook going forward for 2025. A lot of this, let's be real, y'all, we've been going toward 2025 going long. Now, a lot of people want to be team tank, get a high draft pick. Just focus on what you got going on right now. That's Mozzie Smith starting to get better and better. As you see, really no teams are really establishing run games against us. So you got to give Mozzie Smith his credit right there. Luke Schoonmaker, you seen him coming around and getting more receptions, doing more things, getting more involved in the trenches of blocking and stuff like that. So you're starting to get more development. Now, what you hate in your young development that you didn't get out of Jalen Tolbert, that's been a big disappointment right there. That's something that you haven't been able to develop. He's wildly inconsistent. And to me, you're going to have to play special teams. You're going to have to play special teams. Bet you Bug went crazy when they beat Ohio State. I'm pretty sure he did. Now, deep down inside, he going to act like, nah, but it came off a national championship and you done beat Ohio State 4 straight years. He giddy about it. You really know he's giddy about it. Ain't no taking away from it. Like I said, man, it's DFW Sports Raps. Like, subscribe, hit that notification chime. Follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Drewski Selfmade, man. We kicking a lot of flavor. Let me go ahead and run into SMU. As you know, SMU gets ready to play this college football. How y'all feel about the college football playoff being there? For all my people who got the PS5, I know, slap myself. You know, my the queen is gonna get on my ass because I talked all that shit that, you know, I'll get the PS5 once they come out with NCAA. Man, I got Grand Theft Auto, all that stuff. I don't even be cracking it open because it's always a game open. We trying to do some things, but now I got a new monitor where I can possibly just plug that in, watch sports, and play the game at the same time. But I haven't even got in that dynasty mode where I've played the 12-team playoff. How y'all feel about that? How y'all feel that's running? Because I ain't gonna lie, I think still 12 teams is a little bit too much, but it's exciting nonetheless. And SMU will be able to kick that thing off real early, as it will be a 11 o'clock Eastern kickoff in Happy Valley and Penn State. And the weather shows that it's going to be real cold. It's going to be like 20-something degrees with a wind chill, going to make it like 15 degrees, typical Pennsylvania weather. It's supposed to be snow coming in overnight Friday, and I think going all through the morning. So the snow is just going to be stuck there. It's going to be something that SMU, I know, hasn't seen in their existence probably at all. You know what I'm saying? To see a cold region like this. But, you know, had you won the ACC championship game, then it could have been all a little bit different. But we didn't do, you know, SMU didn't do that. So this is what you got to do. They got to travel and go play Penn State. You look at what Oregon runs. Oregon runs a lot of what SMU can kind of run the spread, but they like running the football. That is key. The thing that I think is good for SMU coming out down this stretch in this game is that they are a run first type of team. They look finesse because they spread you out, but if you know anything about Rhett Lasky and his time under Gus Malzahn, his teams are more fun. They run up tempo when they need to, but they are more about physicality, establishing the line of scrimmage and running the football. And if the quarterback can run the football, now you have a lot of things you got to deal with. It just goes to show you that, you know, the quarterback can also throw that thing. So SMU, they're going to have to play big boy football. They can't let the elements get to them. At the end of the day, it's still football. But knowing that y'all are a team that are a run-first team, I like that in y'all. So y'all just got to be able to establish the physicality going in. And hopefully the back seven from the linebackers and the secondary, hopefully they can be able to hold their grip and do some things good. As you see, SMU basketball right now is 9-2. Men's basketball is actually holding it down real good, trying to make a good play coming in for ACC. As you know, the ACC basketball is always going to be tough. Always going to be tough, but they are doing some good things right now. They got a good record to start off. Let's see when they keep getting some more games up under their belt, and then when they hit that ACC slate, let's see what they do. As you know, it's always a monster slate in that conference, but SMU getting ready to represent, doing something that, you know, they haven't been basically in this type of setting since the early 80s. The early 80s, they haven't been competing for something with so much high honor. So they're going to have to do everything on the road. You know, you're going to have to at least get 2 road games, but it's going to start with this type of game, in a game in an environment that I know y'all not used to. Can y'all just, at the end of the day, it's still football. And if y'all were a pass finesse type team, I would have a large concern for SMU. But with them being a run first team, all they got to do is just make sure they can keep establishing the run and hit their spots when it is. Hopefully it's still dry out. If it's dry out there, we're good. But if it's like sleeting or snowing, any precipitation, it's just going to be one of them games where you're just going to have to knuckle up, and is the strongest team with the most win will going to have to pay it off. And that's how it's go. But I'm still going to take SMU. I'm being a homer, might as well. I'm going to be the homer. I think Penn State, James Franklin, I think a lot should be there should be a lot on the line for James Franklin right here, because really it shows against good teams you don't come out. You have the same issue. Against good teams, you do not fare well. And SMU is going to be a great team. That is a good team right now that you got coming in there, and you have home field advantage. Let this game slip between your hands. Man, it will be a lot of talk going in there in Happy Valley. So what I feel, SMU not winning the ACC, it almost cost them a playoff position, but at the same time, I think it put them in the right position because they're the underdogs. They're back in that underdog role where they can really still play freely. All the pressure is on Penn State because, like you say, James Franklin, in your tenure, you do not fare well against the top-known great teams. You don't. And now you have home field. Y'all used to the inclement weather. Where SMU is not. All the pressure is on Penn State. They better make something happen. They better make something happen. Let's talk about some Dallas Mavericks basketball real quick. What about the Mavs? Hey, Mavs. It's been known, the man Mike A. Curtis, Mavs beat writer for the Dallas Morning News. He had conversations going in. Luka has missed his second straight day of practice as he's dealing with a heel contusion. So Jason Kidd, his word from Jason Kidd will be they're going to check to see how it goes out basically tomorrow. See how it feels, or basically today, see how it feels, see what he goes through. Our man Kyrie Irving has been nursing a sore shoulder as well. But Luka, he's getting dinged up. But the thing I will say, it hurts to not have Luka out there. But since Luka's been out a total of 6 games this year, the Mavericks are 5-1. The Mavericks are 5-1 without Luka. So let that sit and rain for a minute. They're sitting 4th in the West right now, 3.5 games back behind the OKC Thunder. They're doing some good things right there. They doing just good enough. Just good enough. Man, Luka's gonna be Luka, but the team is gelling at the right time. You get Najee Marshall to come back up in here, and as long as Kyrie can be up in there, I like where the Mavericks can stand. I like their chances. But the big news came out that they have made a new organizational hire, as they have hired a new president and new CEO. They have hired new CEO Rick Welts. If you haven't known about him, Rick Welts is a Hall of Fame NBA executive. He got inducted to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame the same year Jason Kidd got introduced into there. So this guy right here, if you don't know a lot about him, he's been part of a lot of great winning organizations, as he's basically been the architect of the Golden State Warriors, of their whole dynastic run. He left 2021. So he's seen titles with them. He's seen 5 NBA finals with them. This is a guy who orchestrated that and built a new arena for Golden State going in there. As well, he's real cool with Nico Harrison already. So you have that relation as they both came. He's had his time being in Phoenix as well, being an executive in Phoenix through those years. I think what years? Like 2002 to 2012 or something like that. So you get him, and you get basically the Mavericks right now. You hear it right now. Mark Cuban selling the team, that was just a stepping stool. You see the purchase of this team has created a lot of interest. They love what Dallas presents, and they love what Dallas has going on as a team. You got star power with Luka Doncic. You got Kyrie Irving, and you got some young bigs in there. You got Nico in there in the fold. To get this guy, as y'all know, he was co-founder of the WNBA when it started in 1996 as well. So this guy is he's a pioneer starting a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? You're getting a guy with a lot of great credentials coming up here with some skins on the wall, who knows how to make things and take them to be better. Now, he already has it in mind, as he wants to get the Mavericks into a new arena. Now, if you don't know anything about him, he's a huge marketer as well. He knows how to market with the best of them, and he clearly sees Dallas as one of those hubs where it's a big city, it's a great place to play, and if we can just get gambling legalized, Dallas is going to be one of those spots where a lot of people are going to come. It's not going to be Vegas. It's not going to be Houston. It's not going to be New York. It's not going to be Miami, but it's going to be Dallas. It's going to have its own vibration to it. It already does, to be honest with you. People hear of Dallas and they think of JFK assassination, or they think about oil money and stuff like that. You think about old rich folk. Man, look, there's some places out here in Dallas that rival a lot of places. I'm being 100% honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been around the country, but I'm just telling you, there's a lot of places in Dallas. Even the wealthy folk will come here and be like, you know what? This is not bad. We if we can just get outside these summers, we'll be all right. These summers in these tornadoes, we'll be all right. But to make a new move like this for the Mavericks lets me know that the Mavericks are in it for the long haul. I mean, this guy right now has a 10-year vision right now for the Dallas Mavericks, and they're going to basically, with him at the helm and Nico at the helm and having money behind them, they're going to do everything that's possible to make sure they're contending for a championship every year. So Dallas Mavericks fans, continue to get ready to look at this. Mavericks should be making noise for at least the next good 3-4 years for sure. I mean, knocking on the door, trying to get them a title. And I think this move right here is going to bring more relationships to probably add that one extra key, that one extra piece for the Dallas Mavericks to get over and get Luka that elusive title that he needs to submit his legacy and get a second championship banner hanging in American Airlines Center. Hopefully we do that before you get a new arena built, but things are about to move real fast for the Mavericks. You're going to hear a lot of extra things going. You'll probably see a lot of more Mavs publicity coming out as Mr. Rick Welts. He's going to do a lot of things. Like I said, NBA Hall of Famer as an NBA executive. So big shout out to him. Big shout out to the Mavs. They got a lot of things going, man. Like I said, the Stars, they lost 5-3 tonight. They couldn't get it done. It was a game that they really dominated in. I believe they had damn near 30 shots on the goal or something like that. And they still lost this game 5-3. It's just something tough. Stars they're in that inconsistent patch right now. They are just in that inconsistent patch right now. The Stars' next game will be against the New York Rangers. I think that's another home game that they'll have, as the Mavericks will get ready to have back-to-back home games against the Clippers, I think starting tomorrow and then Saturday coming in, going right there. And what else we got? Texas High School Football Championships. As y'all know, that's coming up in there. We got our matchup sets with our teams in the DFW. Let me go down the list. Thursday's game, I don't see anybody from the DFW. We got Kilgore is not from the DFW, but I mess with Kilgore because I got family out in Kilgore. Big shout out to them. But it'll be Kilgore versus Solana for the Class Division 1 4A state championship. That's going to be a hell of a game right there. That will start it off right there at 3 p.m. That's going to be a Friday game, I believe. Class 5 Division 2 state championship game will host none other than South Oak Cliff against Richmond Randall, as South Oak Cliff is trying to, I believe, win their third state championship in the last 4 years. So big shout out to them. That game will be Saturday. What time? They didn't even get the damn time. Oh, that is going to be a 7:00 game. Friday, actually. That's going to be a Friday 7:00 game. 5A Division 1 Saturday at 11 o'clock. We'll start at AT&T Stadium. The DFW team representing will be Highland Park going against Spring Branch, Smithson Valley. Like I said, I'm looking for South Oak Cliff to basically win the 5A Division 2 state title. Highland Park against Spring Branch, Smithson Valley. I'm looking for Highland Park to win that state title as well, coming down here in the AT&T Stadium. That game will be at 11 o'clock, kicking off on Saturday. That will be something hard to tell because you got that game, but you got SMU as well. So maybe you might hit Texas Live, and then you can go over to the Texas. That might be the play right there. Go to Texas Live, watch the SMU game, and then after that, walk right over to that AT&T Stadium and go ahead and get some of them Texas High School Championship games, as the 3 o'clock game at AT&T Stadium will be South Lake Carroll versus Austin Vandergrift. To me, South Lake Carroll, they did get a nugget to get in this game. That was a tough way for Longview to lose that game. Like I said, I got most of my family is from Longview as well. So big shout out to East Texas going up in the house, but tough way for the Lobos to lose on a game-winning field goal. that happened. One that got missed, but then the penalty ended up giving South Lake Carroll an extra chance at it, and that got punched their ticket to the state division 6A Division 2 state championship. And I'm looking forward to them to get that win, as Coach Riley will give South Lake Carroll, I think it's like 10th state title or something like that. And then the nightcap, which everybody was going to want to tend to. Like I said, you'll probably, if you're at Texas Live and you're watching the SMU game, and after that, you'll get to go see South Lake Carroll. And then after the South Lake Carroll game is the grand finale, the 6A Division 1 state title, as you get a newcomer to come in from the DFW, and that's North Crowley, as they took down Duncanville last weekend 36-34 in a classic state semifinals game. One of those teams, I said whoever wins it is going to win state, so I'm going to take North Crowley over Austin Westlake. But Austin Westlake ain't no joke. This will probably be the best game on the slate right there. This is a game, like I said, it'll be interesting to see what we're going to do this Saturday. Might just have to get up early, do some things, get some little bit more Christmas shopping out the way. And then after that, go to Texas Live, check out the SMU Penn State game. And then after that, we'll check some South Lake Carroll out. And then we want to really see what's up with that Austin Westlake and North Crowley game. That game will be packed. That game will be crazy. Austin Westlake has a great defense, but North Crowley's offense showing, man, they are on a level on their own. And I'm taking the DFW. Of course, I'm taking the DFW in a clean sweep in the state championship game rounds down here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. So that's how I'm going to be rocking. That's how we going. Man, I done spent a good hour kicking flavor with y'all, man. I will try to, like I said, DFW Sports Rap, like, subscribe, hit that notification chime. Y'all see the decor in the background, man. Yeah, we represent for everybody in the DFW for sure. If y'all haven't already, check out a lot of my videos that we got of us being in the trenches at the games. You never know which game I'll pop up at. So, like I said, hit that notification bell and you'll always be able to see me be on point. This time, I'm going to start making sure I let y'all know that when I'm actually going to do a live instead of just be popping up live. I will give y'all well enough time to let y'all know. I'll start posting more on YouTube as well on some topics that we can talk about. So when we jump live, y'all can give y'all input and do some more things. So like I said, follow the channel, man, from the videos to the shorts to the lives, even all the posts that we are posting, man. Like, subscribe, share the content, man. We're trying to get over 500,000 views and we're trying to get over 3K subscribers, man. So if you know anybody that's, a DFW fan of anybody, if it's the Cowboys, Rangers, Mavericks, Stars, Horned Frogs, Dallas Wings, FC Dallas, Mustangs, whatever, man, we represent up in here. Y'all see the decor in the background. Y'all see how we repping, man. That's how we stepping. This is good love, man. I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. That's going to be my time for the day. Like I said, I'm going to try to make sure we start getting some more things acclimated up in here with the live stream. Appreciate you, Mr. Cowboy, for tuning in. My man Tiny checking in. We had X Factor 999 up in the building, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. My man Lil CJ, as always, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let me get some more news and, some more details and nuggets of what's going down in DFW sports. And like I say, just 10-2, I will make sure I will give y'all at least a 4-hour time to let y'all know if we're going to go live, so y'all can get ready to hold that slot for your boy and we can do some things, man. But it's been a good flavor talking to y'all, man. We'll have some more things going on. Let's do some more film session. We'll have some more games coming along and we'll have some more talk about DFW sports. But until then, man, y'all already know what to do. I already said, wear out that like button as many times as you can and hit that notification bell, man. We going up at all times. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. It's the one-man force styles and flavor of DFW sports. Representing for Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, baby. Y'all know how we do. Much love to y'all. Make sure y'all keep y'all week strong. Stay focused. Keep continuing to be the best self of you every day that you get. That is the gift. That's the gift of life that's making it so precious. You never know when you get another day. So when you get another day, make sure you make it count. Make sure you do it to the fullest. Take it up another level. Take it up higher and be elite. That's what we're going to do. And make sure you do everything with love, because you know the slogan, love always wins. And that is the golden law. I'm out, y'all. I'll catch